Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sudden Impact. I'm your host, JL, and this is a lot of crazy. This week, we've got two action-packed matches for you. We got Frank Wyatt versus Scott Mathews.
Me!
Yes, him. For our first match. And our second match is Micah Pope. All right, contain your crazy. Our second match is Micah Pope versus Corey Americana versus Matt Harmon in a triple threat match. Let's take it to ringside.
Huck Diamond here, along with JL, emanating from the School of Smothers in Lincoln, Illinois. We're bringing you this match for one fall. We got two bruisers in there, Mr. Big, Mean, and Nasty Frank Wyatt versus the Maniac Scott Mathews.
You know, this week, Scott Mathews is co-hosting with me. I feel like I shouldn't say anything bad about him, but Big, Mean, and Nasty Frank Wyatt, the man is huge. The man's mean. The man is tough.
Frank Wyatt, very reminiscent of the brawlers back in the day, the likes of Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Outlaw Sam Bass, Stan Hansen, indeed, even.
I think you're right, Chuck. I think he's tough. I think he's intimidating. And, I don't know. I think my money's on him.
Frank Wyatt, we have seen him on this program before. And the Maniac Scott Mathews, him and James Pinkerton have not been teaming as much here recently. They've been going at it in singles competition, testing the waters, if you will, as both men break off of the collar and elbow tie-up.
You know, I haven't quite decided whether I like one or the other, so I'm not ready to have a foam finger made of them yet.
Well, Frank Wyatt, definitely no pushover here in the ring with the Maniac Scott Mathews, and they break off the collar and elbow for a second time in this matchup.
You know, I think, like I say, I think I'm going to side with Frank Wyatt here because I've seen the guy use a bull rope. That's a man after my own heart.
Are we looking at the irresistible force and the immovable object?
We might be. We might be. These guys are big. They're going to be tough to take each other down. I think it's going to be maybe a battle of attrition. I don't know. Wear them out. Slow and steady wins the race.
Well, the Maniac Scott Mathews takes Frank Wyatt down. He took him down with a knee to the gut, and now with a Mafia kick right to the temple of Frank Wyatt.
You know, I can't quite decide which guy's going to be tougher in this match. Now, Frank Wyatt looks like he's taking quite a bit of abuse, but it doesn't seem to be as phasing him as much as it would your normal run-of-the-mill wrestler. This guy's got a lot of endurance, Chuck.
Well, Frank Wyatt, a big man indeed, but he does not have the weight advantage on the Maniac Scott Mathews, but he gives him some knees in the breadbasket and an elbow right to the back of the neck, it appears, and a headbutt to the Maniac Scott Mathews. It rocks him, and he is back in the corner, and a European uppercut.
You know, he may not have the size advantage, but the height. I think that's where he's got the advantage, Chuck. The height of Frank Wyatt is I don't know, a few inches taller, and I think, from that vantage point, it might work out for him. Maybe even cancel out the weight advantage of Scott Mathews.
Armbar by Frank Wyatt, and Frank Wyatt has actually shown that he can wrestle as well. But the Maniac Scott Mathews breaks that up with a forearm, and he takes Wyatt down. Wyatt right now at the mercy of the Maniac. And what was the Maniac doing there? The ref was counting.
I couldn't quite see it, Chuck. I'm sure it was something very legal. You know, these refs overreact. You had this discussion before. You know, they overreact in everything I do. So what's a little choke? Who cares?
Well, the referee couldn't have been counting for no good reason as Wyatt rocks the Maniac Scott Mathews with the forearm and another European uppercut. Clubbing blow to the sternum as he hits the ropes. And Mathews meets him with a knee to the breadbasket. And wait, they are now trading blows here, hitting the ropes.
going to be tough to take him down, Chuck. I think whoever wins this battle, it's going to come down to one small detail. These guys are pretty well evenly matched, it looks like.
Well, the big boot staggered the Maniac, and the Maniac tried to come back, and that was a back brain kick that takes the Maniac Scott Mathews down to a knee, but Frank Wyatt looks a little worse for wear here.
You know, you don't see a lot of big men do the back brain kick or the enziguri. It doesn't happen a lot. So when it does come into play, Chuck, it's kind of amazing.
Well, Frank Wyatt, he moves exceptionally well for a man his size. And what are we doing? Both men. Frank Wyatt was going for something, and a spear by the Maniac Scott Mathews on Big Mean and Nasty, Mr. Big Mean and Nasty, Frank Wyatt.
You know, I think he took just as much damage off of that, Chuck, as he gave out. I mean, they're both down. It could be a double count on if you're not careful.
Frank Wyatt having more trouble than usual with the Maniac Scott Mathews. He hasn't been able to quite get off the blocks in this match, although he has put in a tremendous effort nonetheless.
You know, myself, I don't know if I could do any better. I may be a big man myself, but I am nowhere near the size of either one of these two men. I would hate to be in the ring with either one of them.
The Maniac Scott Mathews sends Frank Wyatt to the corner with a headbutt, and now he measures him. He misses with a splash in the corner. Clothesline by Frank Wyatt. What is Saito suplex on the Maniac Scott Mathews? He covers him, and he gets a 3 count. Hard-fought victory for Mr. Big Mean and Nasty. Frank Wyatt, it was not easy.
It was an incredible victory, Chuck. Even I have got to admire this one.
Well, let's send it back to the studio with you and, well, he can't be too happy, but the Maniac Scott Mathews.
And there we have it, folks. Frank Wyatt is your winner. And you lost.
No! No! I don't lose! You want my pills? Pills?
Give me the damn hat.
No!
You lost. Deal with it.
No! I don't like him! I hate him! I didn't lose!
He lost.
No! No!
Are we going to have to get the people in the white coats over here again?
No! No! No!
Calm down. All right. Our next match is Micah Pope versus Corey Americana versus Matt Harmon.
I don't like
Go
him
to
either.
ringside.
Chuck Diamond and JL back at the School of Smothers in Lincoln, Illinois, bringing you a triple threat match. Matt Harmon versus one half of AEOU, Micah Pope, versus Corey Americana.
All right. Are we still going on with this ruse? That is Corey Andrews, and you know it, Chuck.
That's Corey Americana, and you know it, JL.
I don't know why you keep going on and on with this. You know that is Corey Andrews. Look at him. He's got a wig on.
Let's focus on the action, JL. This ought to be a tremendous contest.
All right. I'm siding with AEOU's Micah Pope. I think the guy is great, and we're going to see a really rough and tumble match here, I think.
The headlock executed by Matt Harmon on Corey Americana. He has it cinched in the middle of the ring, sends Matt to the ropes. Shoulder tackle by Harmon on Corey Americana. Wait, Matt Harmon, he is grasping at that. He's grasping at his right knee or right leg, it looks like. What happened, JL?
I think he might have twisted it when he come off the ropes there, Chuck. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's kind of the way it went. And look, Micah Pope is taking full advantage of this situation.
Micah Pope capitalizing on this, but Corey Americana with knife-edge chops. The sport of professional wrestling is indeed dangerous.
It can be. Don't try this at home, kids, because you can become injured too if you're not careful. And it's best left to the professionals, trust me.
Splashes into the corner, followed up by a flying shoulder tackle from Corey Americana. Are we going to get help out here for Matt Harmon?
I don't know that they're 100% sure what's going on with him right now. Matt Harmon is kind of laying by the ringside here. Hopefully they'll get him back there in the back and get him some medical attention. But right now, it looks like Micah Pope is taking... Oh, he just ejected! What? He's ejecting Nelson? There's no way! Nelson 6 should stay right there.
For you fans watching at home, Nelson 6 just interfered in this matchup while we were focused on the condition of Matt Harmon. He's being ejected from the ringside, and I think that's a fair decision.
I don't. He's out there for moral support, Chuck. I think that's a travesty. It's a travesty.
Oh wait, we have help for Matt Harmon. It appears that Matt Harmon is not going to be able to continue in this contest, which now leaves it at 1-on-1 with Corey Americana and one half of AEOU, Micah Pope.
Well, let's hope that he isn't too badly injured, Chuck. But yeah, let's hope that they can get him the medical attention he needs and he'll be all right. But I think Micah Pope is going to take advantage of this. Although, I don't know, it looks like that is Corey Andrews. The wig fell off again.
That is Corey Americana, not Corey Andrews. He cannot wrestle in Lincoln anymore. You know this.
I know. Look, he's wrestling right there, Chuck.
That's Corey Americana.
Look, he's got... I don't know what the use in arguing with you is. You can't see anything. You need glasses. You need contacts. You need eye surgery. You need laser surgery. You need a flash book, a flashcards. You need all kinds of help, Chuck.
Corey Americana with the flying crossbody and a near fall on Micah Pope, but Micah Pope cuts him off. That looked like a form, somewhat of a form of the curb stomp, but he didn't hit the ropes.
You know, look at that. Look at that dance. Isn't that great? Oh, he's teaching the children at home how to do his dance. Oh, Chuck. Look at this. Look at this.
That dance is more disgusting than your claims of that being Corey Andrews in the ring.
What's wrong with you, Chuck? You know that's Corey Andrews. Why do you have to argue with me? You know, time and time again, that wig falls off, and that is Corey Andrews, not Corey Americana.
Well, you know as well as I do, that's not Corey Andrews, that's Corey Americana, and be that as it may, he is in trouble at the hands of Micah Pope.
You know, you should lay off the liquor, Chuck. Your eyes are going. They're always the first thing to go when you drink as much as you do.
Well, you know something? I mean, you've been hitting that moonshine from Oklahoma again. My eyes are open. I can see.
Hey, what I do in my personal time is my business, Chuck. I'm telling you right now, you need glasses.
At least you were being honest for once about your personal time. Be that as it may, a front face lock by Micah Pope on Corey Americana. Corey Americana. Man, I can't even hardly say it. You're getting me upset, JL.
You know, if you just admit that that's Corey Andrews, you know it, and I know it.
Corey Americana on the receiving end of a knee drop from Micah Pope.
Oh, look at him. Micah's he almost looks a little confused. He's not sure what just happened there. I think he thought that he had the win, and it didn't quite go his way.
Micah Pope with a clubbing blow to the back of Corey Americana, and he's showboating. He better not waste too much time on this young athlete.
Well, what would you call that, Chuck? That was an odd move, but it certainly fit him.
It was very effective, but only effective enough to produce a 2 count on Corey Americana.
Oh, he looks like he's abusing him, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Maybe a choke, but I don't know. I think I'm the only one that's allowed to do chokes, Chuck.
We will We will try to have an update on the condition of Matt Harmon later on, or actually no, on a future episode here of Sudden Impact. Very unfortunate as Corey Andrews hits Corey Andrews. My God, you had me call him Andrews. It's Americana. He hits the flying clothesline of Micah Pope.
See, you're finally admitting it, Chuck. It's about time, too.
Well, it's Americana. It's not Andrews.
Oh, will you get off of that train? I've heard this. You sound like a broken record. You know, a broken clock is right twice a day, and you're never right. I'm always right.
And you would know about broken records, wouldn't you, JL?
What's that supposed to mean, Chuck?
It means exactly what I said as Micah Pope is choking Corey Americana in the rope.
You know, he's taking pages out of my book, Chuck, and I've got to say, I really like that.
I'm pretty sure the two of you placate one another.
What's that supposed to mean? Quit using fancy words.
It means what I say as Micah Pope delivers another illegal move and showboats to the audience. That could really cost him in the end.
Oh, you know what? I think Micah is going to win this. He's going to take it home. He's been a tag team champion. I mean, you can't doubt his skills. What's Americana? Americana. Now I'm doing air quotes again. See what you got me doing? That's Corey Andrews. What has he ever won? He's lost his hair. He was told to leave town. I know that's Corey Andrews.
That was Corey Andrews, not Corey Americana.
They're the same person, Chuck.
No, they are not. You know it, JL. And a clothesline by Corey Americana. And a back elbow. And a drop kick. He sends Micah Pope reeling to the corner. And he's going to do a knee to the corner to Micah Pope. Hits the ropes. A flying forearm. Shades of Hall of Famer Tito Santana. And it gets a 2 count.
You know, Chuck, you need to quit calling him Americana, first thing. Second of all, you need to cheer for Micah Pope because he is going to win. I can see it right now.
You know, JL, you need to quit calling them Andrews for one thing. And two, you need to call the match as Corey Americana hits a knee to the face of Micah Pope.
You know, I don't remember it being anywhere in my contract where it said I had to call it right down the center. All I saw is that I was supposed to be out here and call these matches the way that I saw them. Now, to me, I'm going to tell you right now, I can foresee Micah Pope winning.
Shreds of honesty from JL for once.
What's that supposed to mean?
But, you know, I say something and it's just like, you don't know what I'm saying. Are you tone deaf? You heard me. Are you tone deaf?
I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that.
Well, you go right on ahead, and there's the O'Connor roll. 1, 2, 3. Corey Americana pulls off a huge upset on Micah Pope.
Oh, I can't believe he won. That Corey Andrews guy, you know, he won.
The O'Connor roll put Micah Pope away. But now, oh, come on, Micah Pope jumping Americana from behind.
I think you mean Andrews. Corey Andrews.
Corey Americana is in trouble because of a sore loser by the name of Micah Pope.
He's just teaching him a lesson. You know, you don't come back here when you were told to leave town and pretend to be somebody else. That's the lesson he's learning right now.
He was never here previously, and you know it, JL.
I know nothing of the sort. I'm telling you, that's Corey Andrews, and you can't convince me otherwise.
A belly-to-back suplex from the second rope by Micah Pope on Corey Andrews. My God, Micah Pope, definitely not a graceful loser, to say the least.
What? That's what I would do. You know, I look at him and I think, what a great guy. Look at him. Look at him. He's going to celebrate his, well, okay, he didn't win, but, you know, he's putting this guy in his place. because he came back when he was told to leave town. He got his hair cut, and his name is Corey Andrews, and you know it!
Here's Nelson to celebrate. I don't know what they're celebrating. Micah Pope lost. He's just like you. They're both just like you. All three of you would sell your own mothers down the river if you had a chance.
Hey, that's very personal. You may be right, but it's personal. Back to the studio.
And that's it, folks. Micah Pope is your winner.
I don't like Micah Pope.
Well, I know. You'll have to get over that.
There's not a lot I get over anymore. I don't like you right now. You don't have my pills.
I do have the number to the people with the white coats.
They won't get here in time.
They did give me a cattle prod. All right. This concludes this episode of Sudden Impact. I'm CL, and he's nuts. Join us next week.